Yeah, good evening, everyone. I'm Mahaswi and said today I'll be presenting my Bleaching risk modeling. The objective of this project was to develop a machine learning framework capable of predicting coral bleaching risk by investigating how different environmental and spatial factors contribute to bleaching. Coral reefs support nearly 25% of all marine species, making them one of the most important marine ecosystems. However, monitoring reefs still relies heavily on field surveys where divers physically visit individual reef sites. This process is expensive, time consuming, and cannot be carried out frequently across thousands of reefs worldwide. At the same time, satellites continuously measure environmental variables such as sea surface temperature, depth, turbidity, and wind conditions. The idea behind this project is simple. If we can use this readily available environmental data to predict bleaching before it occurs, conservation agencies can prioritize high-risk reefs and take timely action instead of responding after the damage has already been done. Moreover, reliable predictions of reef health can also support marine biologists in studying ecosystem changes, biodiversity loss, and the impact of bleaching on species that depend on coral reefs. This is the motivation behind this work. While while several bleaching prediction models already exist, this work focused on exploring a few additional aspects. First, instead of relying only on the conventional thermal indicators such as SST and DHW, I incorporated multiple environmental variables into the prediction framework. Second, I investigated whether geographic location itself contributes to bleaching prediction. Third, I systematically evaluated the contribution of every environmental and spatial feature rather than simply reporting prediction accuracy. Finally, I explored whether historical bleaching observations could be used to represent reef resilience and improve future prediction. To investigate these questions, the project followed the following methodology. The study began with a review of existing literature to identify commonly used data sets, important environmental variables, and suitable machine learning approaches. I first established a baseline model using only the conventional thermal indicators SST and DHW. This served as a reference model against which all subsequent improvements were evaluated. Next, I expanded the baseline model by incorporating additional environmental variables such as depth, wind speed, turbidity, cyclone frequency, and distance to shore. Uh, After improving the environmental model, I investigated whether geographic location itself influences bleaching prediction. Instead of directly using latitude and longitude, I converted them into three-dimensional Cartesian coordinates x, y, z, which provide a better representation of location on the Earth's surface, which enables calculating a better calculation of distance. Finally, I have trained the model using observations from 1997 to 2015, computed the residual errors, and used a KNN-based spatial interpolation to estimate a historical resilience proxy, which was then evaluated on the 2016 to 2020 test set. Now, coming to the outcomes of these additions, the experiments show a clear progression in prediction performance. The baseline model using only SST and DHW achieved an R-square of approximately 0.48. After incorporating the additional environmental variables, the predicted accuracy improved significantly to an R-square of approximately 0.69, including spatial information further increased the performance to an R-square of approximately 0.71, indicating that geographic location provides meaningful predictive information beyond environmental variables. Future importance analysis showed that DHW, depth, SST, and cyclone frequency were among the most influential predictors. However, the proposed historical resilience framework did not improve predictive performance under the current experimental setup. To conclude, this work demonstrates that coral reef bleaching prediction can be significantly improved by moving beyond conventional thermal indicators and incorporating multiple environmental factors. The results also show that geographic location contributes meaningful predictive information, suggesting that regional or sea-specific models may further uh, improve prediction accuracy. Although the proposed historical resilience framework did not improve predictive performance, it highlights the complexity of modeling reef resilience and suggests that richer reef-specific ecological information may be required. Overall, this work provides an interpretable machine learning framework that not only improves prediction accuracy, but also offers insights into the relative importance of different bleaching drivers. Thank you, everyone.